Hello, and welcome back to the third episode of Let's Talk Paragon. Today's topics of discussion are going to be the new hero. At least we think he's a new hero. It probably is. We don't really have a name for him yet, so I'm just going to refer to him as the Killbot 5000. And the other topic is going to be what Epic's going to be doing with the deck builder and what they're going to be doing with the cards. And if you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know that I'm glad they've kind of spoke out about this whole card thing, because people have been giving them quite a bit of hate for the way it is at the minute. So here we go. This is the first look at the new hero, and from what he said target acquired in the little teaser they put up, most people seem to be assuming that it's going to be some kind of assassin, but maybe they're throwing a curveball. Maybe it's a support and he's targeting the person he wants to, heal or something. We don't know. Because of the design of the hero as well, I would assume it's probably going to be some kind of tank. In terms of robotics, the way that developers seem to design it is the more sleek and agile it looks, the more damaging it is, unless you play Fallout, in which case no, everything big and chunky wants to kill you. But most likely it will be some sort of tank. And I'm sure you guys have some interesting ideas as to what he's going to be, so feel free to put that in the comment box below and we can see what different ideas people have come up with. From what I've read on the official subreddit, people seem quite keen for him to be a tanky support, which I would quite like to see actually, because out of all the heroes there's only 2 real supports, and considering the lack of lane diversity at the minute, especially with the dying death ball meta, it'd be nice to see some supports come in, because really you only want a few of the people on your team to be super fed with damage items. The rest can kind of sit back and relax with some support, so you can really get stuck in team fights. But that's really all I've got for him at the minute. It's a really small teaser, so I'm going to be keeping up to date with that, and I'll no doubt make another video for you guys as soon as I get any more info. But for now, let's move on to what Epic has said about the cards and deck builder. And what this says to me is basically, the cards that are in the game at the moment are the simple cards. They're what everyone will be using in standard decks and all the rest of it. And what they're planning to do is they're going to be developing more complex and playmaking cards as what they've put in there, so you can have different decks for different situations. And they've also released their rarity scale, which is something I've been interested in for a while, because they never actually specified how many tiers there was going to be really. They just put the amount of points. And I know because of some of the people that I've spoken to, this paragraph is going to trigger them. They're going to get so triggered because they're going to go, wait, hang on a minute, the people who have the most rare cards are going to win because all the rare cards will be super good. Well, luckily for you guys, there's a little paragraph underneath this, which is this. And if you can't be bothered reading it, basically what this says is, the common cards will provide the same power per cost as the epic cards. Yeah, that's right, the same amount of power. There will be no special stuff with the epic cards. They won't provide any extra power over the common ones. You will not be able to just spam rare cards and win. The point of the epic cards is to make it so that you have more choices available to you. They do different things. They're rare because they have little unique things about them that the common cards don't have. So all those people who get angry about the current way that the decks and cards work, you can stop your heavy breathing. It's gonna be fine. And now for the final part of their blog post, in which they talked about affinities. And it's quite interesting to see them actually talk about affinities, because people have been asking why people like Kalari and Twin Blast only have like double affinity card decks. Because it is kind of strange, I must admit, but they kind of made it a bit clearer as to why they've done it. I'm going to go through this and break this down for you, because this is a little bit more complex, this bit. The affinity flavored cards is basically going to be very similar mechanics on different affinity cards, but depending on what the kind of affinity is, that will be the flavor of the active, for example. So if you were playing Kalari and it was a similar designed card, it would give either damage or lifesteal or something like that. And if it was a fury card for someone like say Twin Blast, it would give attack damage and maybe some armor pen, I don't know, something along those lines. That's what they're hinting at there. And then you've got pure affinity cards, which are available to a hero that is mono affinity, like Kalari, or Twin Blast with dual fury. And then they've talked about devotion cards, which is an interesting subject, because basically, using the example that they've used, what they've explained is there will be some cards that are available to someone who had, for example, a corruption affinity and then another one, or an order affinity and then another one. But these cards will be most flexible on a corruption and order affinity hero, because otherwise they would have to use only corruption or only order bonuses to get that card to activate its bonus, which is an interesting design because of the fact that it limits them but also expands what they have to do with the deck, because they have to be thinking, how can I get the most out of that card? Which is interesting because in other games you just buy it and it's there, you've got it. There's no kind of thought process, you just think that item's good, I'll buy that. And really it's just nice to see Epic being transparent about stuff. They're telling us way ahead of time what they're planning to do, so people can already think like, okay, I want to build this kind of deck, I'll have to think about this in the future, these cards will do well for me, these are already in, what are they going to bring out for me? It's just nice to think that they're thinking way ahead in terms of timescale. All this stuff will probably come out maybe early June, I'm thinking. And I'm definitely looking forward to the balancing of the decks and the release of all these new interesting cards. But I think that's really all we have time for in this episode, and I've kind of gone over, and I'm sorry if it's been a bit dry because I've been doing more theory crafting because they gave us a lot of information to go on. But if you liked it, give it a like. If you disliked it, give it a dislike. If you want to discuss what you think the new hero will be, put a comment in the box below and I'll try and get back to you. And there's my Twitter and Facebook link in the description below as well as the link to Epic's blog post, so you can have a full read of it if you wish. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.